everybody? This is Rodrigo, your host. Welcome to the Threadcast. This is episode 41. For the first time in 3 years, you can see our faces.
What?
And we are no longer, we are no longer shadowy figures in the dark, screaming into the void. It's been, like I just said, 3 years since we did the first one.
Yeah,
But maybe about a year since we're all together.
Honestly, I meant to look that up before getting into this, but yeah, it's been a while. The last episode that you were on, Rodrigo, was when we did the Mellow Play interview. And
right, you're right.
I think, Ruben, you were on for a couple after that. I think 3 after that. But the last maybe 3 or 4 years, there hasn't been too many, actually, before we kind of, I don't know what happened there, just went our ways. But
yeah.
Well, yeah, if that was the last episode I was on, that means I've probably had the most significant change since the last time. Being that I'm in a different state.
Yeah. So this is going to be all brand new news for everybody. You know?
But yeah, we'll get to my perilous journey across the country. But yeah, we'll start it off how we always start off. I'm joined by Subzero, Crimson Sky. He fought DSP to the death twice, allegedly.
Allegedly.
And then also joined by our producer Tanner wearing his producer hat, so you know it's official.
Yeah.
But
San Diego's best podcast is now multi-region.
Yes, now we're the left. We're like the middle to the left side of the country's
best podcast
of all time. Of the greatest 3-year anniversary of any West Coast podcast.
We have such a celebration planned.
Yes, there's balloons.
We got our decorations, but
we'll go ahead and start like how we always start. And Ruben, how you been? It's been a million years, but
pretty good. What's changed with me is guys probably don't notice I don't wear glasses anymore. So
yeah,
got my LASIK done, so that lost a little bit of weight. Not drinking as much as I used to, which is a good thing. so not drinking a gallon of vodka or a pack of 24 of Rolling Rock every other day.
They're no longer our sponsors. So
yeah, let them go.
Yeah.
And what else is new? I mean, as you guys can tell, I'm getting tattooed like every other week. So
yeah, your hands are covered.
Yeah, completely. All covered in.
How do you keep finding space?
It's a good question, man. I'm running out. I'm running out.
I keep seeing like your Instagram, like I got a new tattoo. I'm gonna get this design and this design. I'm like, wait, I thought he was done. 3 years ago, you kept complaining that you had no more space.
Yeah, but then we found stuff to do. Like, for example, here everything's all fucking shaded in now. That used to be all skin. And then I was like, let's get my fingers done. Okay, we'll do that. And then I'll be looking around. Okay, let's get some color done. Let's do that. Just finding something new to do every other week.
I know in previous episodes we talked about your tattoos, and we were always like, yeah, we'll show it off through a thumbnail or something, but this is finally it. We got the video.
Yeah.
This is our 3-year anniversary special. You finally get to see Ruben's tattoos.
Yeah. So I got the Subzero one right here. Let me bring that up right there.
For the audio listeners, sorry, because this will be an audio version too. You have to check out the YouTube version.
Oh, it is? No shit. Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's all good. We gave them an audio version for 3 years, so
yeah.
We're making
they can set it up for this one.
Yeah, did that. Got a little bit of my Harley Quinn over here colored in. Just a bunch of shit. Got Catwoman, Enchantress, Joker. Got a bunch of women on my left side of my leg. Yeah. So yeah, just like my real life, every 3 months there's some new chick in my life. So that hasn't changed since I left San Diego.
I was about to say, good thing some things haven't changed.
Yeah.
Except for these chicks stay with you, man.
They're permanent
with you, though.
Yeah.
You decide to laser them off or something.
Yeah, 2 to 3 years is usually 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 months is usually my lifespan. So the one I'm with now, I've been with 4 months. So nice. Broke the old record.
There you go.
So other than that, that's been pretty much new with me. Not working as much anymore because of this Corona shit going on. So
Yes, probably should have mentioned that there's a bit of a. You might know there's a pandemic going on outside somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm working 2 days a week, but getting paid for 5, which is good. But at the same time, it's just so boring because nothing's open. Can't go anywhere. Can't work out. Can't really go to. The malls are closed. That's for sure. All the bars and clubs are closed, which is something I completely agree with. But at the same time, there's really not too much to do on the outside.
Yeah.
All right. So that pretty much does it for me. What about you, Tanner? What you been up to?
The producer.
So you were actually, just to mention, you were actually on June of 2019, Ruben, was your last episode.
Yeah, I think that's the one where I
We
met you
talked
guys
about
today.
E3. That was our E3 like spectacular for that year. And then Rodrigo, you were on July 2018.
Whoa, 2018.
We talked about Shazam and Aquaman,
right.
of course.
Right. Yeah, because we had them both on the podcast.
I still have not seen either one of those movies.
No?
Nope.
Pretty good.
Nah.
Yeah.
They're on my list.
Yeah.
But same old for me, as far as like, I think, since last time we met, my job is the same. You know, none of that's changed.
Mhm.
I'm working from home now. So the last 4 weeks or so, I've been rolling out of bed, take 2 steps, right here to my desk, and I'm working.
Nice.
Yeah.
Same schedule, Monday through Friday deal.
wow.
And other than that, I still have my hobbies. I think maybe I've just been at them a little bit more than usual. I have the drum set that I still try to play pretty often. I told myself I was going to record some music and some actual tracks and make something, but I haven't done it yet. I'm so kind of bummed and disappointed in myself that I haven't taken any of this time. That we've had plenty of time. We've had plenty of time, and I still haven't gone around to it. But this weekend, I told myself after the podcast today and Sunday, I want to do something.
Okay.
So there's that. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of video games. I've kind of got this feeling like I'm back in like high school days or something, to where I used to play games. I'd put on my GameCube or something, and I'm kind of doing that again, where I'm like, I got nothing else to do. And I played Halo, the first one, like beat 2 levels, and I was like, this is so much fun. This is still such a good game.
It holds up.
Some Mario on 64, but playing some 360 games, and so just stuff that I had this nostalgia for. Playing my arcade back there, putting some time into that finally. Collected some dust.
Yeah, I see the stick, the arcade stick. That's pretty cool.
But other than that, nothing else has changed. Same old, same old. How about you, Rodrigo? How you been? I know you probably have a story to tell.
Let's see.
At least for the audience.
If it was like 2018, when the last time I had.
We were in the apartment together, living there,
right.
And then
I moved.
Last that anyone knows.
Yes, I remember I moved, and then I was just working a lot, and then in between that time, I started playing some more Overwatch, and then there was crap. If you listen to the older episodes, she was a friend of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
She won like our first ever contest.
Yeah.
And now she's my wife. So a big time jump. I gotta look at this. My marital status has
you should
changed.
do official congrats on the air, so to speak, man, because he never got that.
And it turns out she's in Texas, so one of us had to make the choice.
Whoa, double whammy.
Yeah, so I was like, well, how much is the gas over there? And she said it was like $2. So then I said, all right, so I'm going to Texas.
Yeah.
I shoved my cat in my car, and then I made the like a day trip, but I split into 2 days, so it was like 21-hour drive.
Okay.
But I got the same job. Pretty much, I just transferred since the trash company is nationwide.
Okay.
That was the easy part. I was like, all right, well, I'll just see what's open over there, and they hooked me up. I'm not working outside anymore. I'm working in the scale house now, so I'm in like more of an office setting. But even though that's considered all essential, the landfill can't close while all this is going on because that trash got to go somewhere. Yeah. So I'm going to work normal days, normal time. and then driving to work, they gave me a sign to put on my dash saying that I'm like my vehicle's now a registered emergency response vehicle
Yeah.
for the time being, which is pretty cool. Man, it's just, that's kind of like the big two events. I mean, moving halfway across the country and getting married.
Yeah. How long have you been out there now, man? It feels like it's been a while.
I came out here. It's almost a year. Mother's Day last year. Or not Mother's Day, but like the last day of April, I moved out here last year. So yeah, it's almost a year, a full year.
It's a double celebration then, man.
Yeah.
All right.
The OG3. I thought that you would have introduced us with the OG3.
I forgot about the OG3. Look, I forgot about a lot of things. Well, my mind has changed. It used to be just go to work and then play video games. But I'm married now, so now it's I gotta worry about adult stuff. But I still, my wife plays video games, so that works out too because we just get to play video games.
Are you guys playing anything co-op or anything?
Yes, actually, we picked up. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Dynasty Warriors games or the Samurai Warriors games.
Is that a
Hyrule
fighting
Warriors.
It's more the closest approximate I can say is they're like brawlers. They're not, people remember brawlers being side-scrolling things, but there's like 3D. You can go anywhere, and you're like one person versus a bajillion dudes.
Yeah,
you can play.
So it's like a beat 'em up.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I mean, that'd be the closest thing to it, to beat 'em up, but like on a bigger scale.
Okay.
Apparently, those games are still being made, and there's one that came out like Valentine's Day this year called Warriors Orochi 4, which like combines all their franchises into one. So there's like 200 characters, and it's ridiculous.
Damn.
And it's busted. But he was a fan of those games, so we've been playing that co-op, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
They have a sale for PlayStation Plus stuff right now. Some good co-op games on sale there, I think. Like Overcooked 2, if you haven't played that one yet.
All right. Yeah, they've been going back to back on sales. I think they had a big March one, and then now they're having the spring sale, which I think I got an email yesterday saying that they updated. They put more games on there.
There's some good stuff. A lot of it I have already, like some of the bigger titles like Assassin's Creed and all that. But if you don't, it's a good time to get that stuff now.
Same.
Yeah.
Also, since you mentioned the PlayStation, they're doing that stay-at-home initiative, play-at-home initiative. So as of right now, you can get Uncharted Collection and Journey for free, whether you're PlayStation Plus or not.
Oh, okay.
Nice. That's I think it's temporary though, so I think it's until like mid-May or something like that. But as of right now, I think on the 15th is when they set it, and you can download those now, whether you're PlayStation Plus or not.
Is it all the Uncharted games? I heard.
I think it's the first
4. That's just 4, isn't it? I know 4's free right now.
Yeah, Force free right now on PlayStation Plus, but that free collection they're giving to you is just the first 3.
Okay.
Calling it the Nathan Drake collection, and then Journey.
Okay.
That's how they get you. You play those 3 games, and then you're like, oh, Uncharted 4 is free for the whole month.
Right, yeah.
PlayStation Plus.
It's a good setup.
Yeah.
I never really played the first 3. Par far, I played maybe most of it, but didn't beat it, but it was good. The older ones aren't as good. But
yeah, it's hard to go back to that. I think I tried to play that second one because I remember everybody was crazy about that one, but
yeah, right.
I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. Apologies to my wife over there. She loves those games.
They're making a Uncharted movie with Tom Holland, I think it's supposed to be.
Making. Yeah. It was supposed to be Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake many years back.
I mean, I don't really see Holland being Nathan Drake. I like him though. I really love him as Spider-Man, but I don't know of Nathan Drake. So it's kind of.
Well, the funny thing about that is that Wahlberg was cast as Nathan Drake initially, and then so much time has passed and delays that he got changed. Now he's playing Sully. So it's like you're too old to be Nathan Drake now. Now you get to play Sully.
You're Sully.
Give you a
slap in the face.
So yeah, I don't know. Video game movies are, until I see a trailer or something, I'm not sure. I'm convinced. I remember there was supposed to be like a Kane and Lynch film with like Jamie Lee Foxx and Bruce Willis, but a poster came out and that's it, and then it's dead.
Huh.
So
what's the best video game movie? Mortal Kombat?
Well, that's on top of my head I can think of.
I want to say Mortal Kombat, but
First Silent Hill.
I like the first Silent Hill. That one got me to play the game, so
Yeah.
I'll give it up for that one too. But I think Mortal Kombat will always like. I'm also a Street Fighter apologist,
Street Fighter.
so that movie's the greatest of all time.
Street Fighter was only good. That movie was only good because of Raul Julia.
Yeah.
There you go. This podcast was built on Electric. What was it? Electric Psycho Crusher, Raul Julia, or something like that.
Oh, it's so funny hearing us talk about that in our older episodes.
That was gonna be our logo at one point, like a silhouette.
I remember that. Didn't Danny make a logo and like showed it to us?
I don't remember.
I'll see. You know what? I'll bring it back. I'll see if I can get that back. Stay tuned for a Psycho Crusher logo.
I think his birthday's coming up soon. I gotta like put like a happy birthday to Raul Julia on Instagram or something.
Yeah, it's only Tuesday. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was, man.
He fell down from the heavens, man.
That's good anniversary talk. Bring it full circle.
Yeah. On a real note, though, it's cool to get you guys back here at least for this.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see how now that we're doing this. I don't know why we haven't done this before. It seems like this should have been a no-brainer. I guess because we were just so used to always doing it like in person with the gear and everything that kind of felt like that's the way to do it. But I mean, you think about it, this, you know, especially nowadays, something like this is pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it always just talking about it just seems more complicated. Like, how would we even do that? But yeah, now I guess with this software or whatever, it's just they made it super easy. I think a lot of places are starting to realize that they could do all this stuff a lot easier on the internet now.
You know, which is crazy because I think that's kind of what this whole situation has done to us. Even working from home, like I feel like a lot of places realize that people can work from home now. Like in my job, like I don't need to go back to the office. When this is all done, it's proven that I can do my job efficiently, get the same numbers that I would, you know, if I was in my desk at the office. So it's, I think people are going to come out of this whole thing with a different point of view in some areas, you know?
Yeah, it's I mean, just look at the big with something we didn't talk about or put on our list, but like all the trade shows that are closing, conventions.
Yeah.
I think just yesterday Comic-Con was announced that it closed.
Right. Yeah, I heard about
So
that.
they're not going to happen. Anime Expo, which is we had an episode about Anime Expo with Mars on that time. Shortly after, a few hours after that, they canceled also as well. So those events that were both, I think Anime Expo was out in July, so they already pulled the plug on it.
Yeah.
And
it
then
affected a lot of stuff. Movies too. I mean, I know Black Widow was supposed to come out, and then it got pushed to this month, and then now it got pushed again. Or I think it got pushed. It was supposed to come out, then it got pushed to May or April. I don't know, whatever. But now it got pushed again to November, which is crazy to think about. That like I mean, I could see this quarantine going on for a little while, but another 6 months, so to speak, till November. That's crazy. I really hope that we're not doing this for another 6 months.
I don't know. I think not to be doom and gloom, but I think by all accounts we're in it for the long haul.
I think that 2020 man might be a wash, honestly. You know.
Yeah.
It's crazy, honestly, that it's already April. I mean, I just remember celebrating like a New Year's party, and that felt like it was just, like a month ago or something.
Yeah.
Or like I think I mentioned that I saw Birds of Prey. Like that was February on Valentine's Day, and I remember going to the movies. And then now it's like, what? Can't even go to the movies anymore.
Yeah.
I felt like a week later everything's shut down.
Yeah.
Can't go to my favorite place to play arcade games and pool. Shut down.
What, Labella's?
No, there's this place called Brewski's in San Diego.
I remember you saying something about that.
Yeah, San Diego folks, check it out. But it's, closed down like everything else, of course. So
yeah,
it's a bummer, and it sucks too because as far as people's jobs, that whole industry has been impacted, restaurants and stuff. So it's a bummer for them.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, my job's been like, since we're all still at work, they've been almost every day they've been ordering us food from local businesses for lunch.
Yeah,
just to like help keep it, everything afloat. But that's crazy.
I've never used Grubhub up until this quarantine, and now I've spent a good probably couple hundred using that damn thing.
Is that good, huh? I thought about using it
It's
yesterday.
it's not that good. It's just like it's
It's
convenient.
not
I
that
don't
good. Why
have
spend a
groceries
couple
here.
$100?
Well, over the course of this, 5 or 4 weeks, I've ordered like food to be delivered, but
What
Should I
sucks
just
about
I haven't
Corona?
gone. I haven't gone to go to the grocery store yet. I haven't tried to do that. So, other
I've
than
been fucking today, man.
is it a madhouse or no? Pretty good.
It's well, it's not really a madhouse. It's just that you have to be separated. There's a bunch of one lanes,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Not
I
fighting you for toilet paper.
no, you can buy toilet paper still. I mean, whatever you want's there. Like I got all the foods I wanted. What's weird, I wanted to make some fucking Alfredo. There's fucking, for whatever reason, it's so hard to get pasta and rice. It's easy to get chicken, steak, hamburger, whatever kind I want, but pasta and rice is like, that's what's essential. Not essential, commodity now.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, pasta and rice.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been able to find toilet paper where I'm at. I've only gone out like maybe 2 or 3 times to check, but nope.
Nah.
I mean, I'm
So
good so far still, but if I need it, I'd be screwed.
What happens here at the Costco? I go on my day off at 7 a.m. They only let law enforcement and medical workers in from 7 to 9. So when I get there at 7, I'm able to get like toilet paper and a bottle of water. So I bought the biggest one. So those are the first to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess we're talking about anything else on the quarantine. I mean, we kind of just naturally went into it.
Yeah. I don't think the country's going to open up anytime soon.
No,
yeah, I know politicians are talking about trying to open up stuff as fast as they can, but yeah.
What's the point of that, though? You're going to kill a lot of people.
Yeah,
I think
it's wishful thinking.
The thing too is, after they're like, okay, you can go out and continue about your business outside. The numbers just going to blow back up, and then we're going to be like, okay, you know what? But we weren't ready yet. Go back inside, which could happen. We don't know, which is the crazy aspect of it all.
True.
Yeah,
we'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, you know what else I found ironic too? I wanted to clip it and post it, but I didn't. I think my girlfriend talked me out of it. Remember the beginning of Resident Evil 3 when it's talking about an epidemic and blah blah blah? I was like, sounds like the coronavirus, right?
It was very timely for that to come out.
It could have come out at a more better time.
I wonder if this is going to put an end to all those zombie games.
No, it won't.
You'll think they'll fall apart. People won't be like, I don't want to play this. We just went through this crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, speaking of, do you guys want to hit on Resident Evil 3? I don't know, Rodrigo, have you been playing it?
I have not played it. I played 2, but I've avoided 3.
Why'd you avoid 3?
Because of remake mostly, but
it's nothing, absolutely nothing like the first 3. Nothing. All the cutscenes are different. Deaths are different.
I have seen a lot of it. I've seen like the thing that goes down your throat in the beginning part. Like that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys can talk about it for a second. I actually got to get my charger really quick because my phone is low.
All right.
Okay. You guys can talk about RE3. Yeah, I'll be right back.
So I got to say, just right off the bat, RE2 remake was better.
You think so? I didn't think so.
Yeah.
I thought 2 was really good, but I didn't think it was better. I mean,
you like the Resident Evil 3 remake better?
Yeah, I like it better.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. It was pretty short as far as part 3 goes. Other than that, I feel like they cut a good amount of stuff out, more than I would have liked.
Mm-hmm.
As far as part 2 and part 3 goes, I think that's a main thing, is there was more cut from 3 than 2. I still like it. It's definitely a different type of game than part 2, in the way that it's more maybe action-y and meant to be, kind of quicker to play through and everything.
Yeah.
Which is different than part 2, but I still liked it. It uses that same engine as part 2, so it's the same look that you would expect. But other than that, I mean, the main differences are, the Nemesis, who doesn't really terrorize you as much as he did in the original, which is the thing.
Yeah.
I felt like he came out, and when he did, it was usually a boss fight. The only time he was really kind of chasing you was only a couple of times I felt throughout the whole game. Other than that,
Well, he does. He does. Let me think. He does in the beginning.
in the beginning, yeah.
He does. He does. He does. He chases you with his rocket launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, he chases you with his flamethrower, and then after that, it's actually you have two boss fights with him.
Yeah, but not
Well,
a
you have
lot
more
of,
than that. You have more.
of that kind of, like, you know how it was in the original? Like, in the police department, he would follow you into. Wasn't so much of that anymore in this one.
Yeah. But I hated that in the original, though. I
Yeah.
hated that he was always there, and you could, no matter what you did, he wouldn't go down, and he could always catch you if you tried to run away.
So you prefer that change then?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
About
other than that,
the-
what'd you think of it? Other than that,
I liked it. It took me fucking forever to master it, but I knew I had to do it because I wanted to speed run it. It took me forever to master the perfect dodge. I think the timing on that's too strict on perfect dodging.
yeah. So I mean, that's a big difference if you want to talk about from Part 2 remake to Part 3. The dodge is a new addition.
It's not new. It's just easy. It just comes out when you want it to. And
well, I mean, in Part 2 remake, they didn't have a dodge.
They didn't have a dodge, no.
Yeah,
but
so that's new for Part 3.
In Part 3 original, they had a dodge, but it always came
Right.
out when you didn't want it.
Right. All right. It was unique to 3 back in the day.
Yeah. The whole inventory system is slightly different in the remake of 3 versus the remake of 2, but and the map too is kind of like the map in Part 3 is different, and it's kind of like that old school map in Part 3 where it was like a grid looking system.
Yeah,
kind of cool. But so there's some little differences between the two. I was telling Ruben though, Rodrigo, I think that the remake of 2 was a little bit better overall. I don't know. Did you play Part 2 remake?
Yeah, I did, and I mean I haven't played 3, but I think the idea that they used like Mr. X the way that they did, it was almost like Nemesis.
Right.
Like they took like some elements of 3 and made 2 better. Then when you got to Resident Evil 3, it was like, I don't know if Nemesis is really that much better than how Mr. X was, or
That's interesting.
Oh, he's a lot.
Because I feel like Mr. X did more of that chasing and stalking you around in the remake of 2 than he did in this remake of 3.
Yeah, but somebody made a video on Resident Evil 2 that you don't have to run. You can actually walk to get away from Mr. X. He can't catch you if you just keep walking.
Is he that?
Somebody made a video on that. If you just keep walking and you don't stop, Mr. X can't catch you.
You know, I was honestly definitely more afraid of Mr. X throughout that game than I was the Nemesis.
But in 3, he can catch you. It doesn't matter how fast you run away. He's gonna either drag your feet back with his tentacles or he jumps in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have to do is you either have to master the perfect dodge, or you have to. What I did when I played through it the second and third time, you save the barrels. Of course, you don't know that at first, but you have to save the barrels. So when he's chasing you, you shoot the barrels, and the generator too. Like, and a lot of people don't know too is if you get hit by that generator, it doesn't damage you. So when I was doing knife only run, yeah. So when I was doing a knife only run, I would run up to the generator. I did it with Nemesis. The 2 police dogs, and then as soon as you go out that building, these 2 dogs that come at you. So what I would do is I'd run up to the generator, wait for that, and then I would just hit it with my knife. It stunned Jill a little bit, but it never damaged you. So that's a strategy I would use. You can't do it on the barrel, though. The barrels will kill you.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the generator.
After I beat the game, I unlocked that knife that is kind of on fire. It looks like a real hot blade, and it's kind of convenient when I play through the second time because I can just put them on the ground and then knife them a bit, and it sets them on fire. So ended up saving me some ammo in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, yeah, stuff's kind of expensive. I mean, I played through it 2 times, and all I was able to unlock was that knife and then a better standard pistol. So
yeah, I haven't bought anything. I haven't bought anything. I wanted to get the classic costume, not the classic mansion costume, but the classic 3.
The 3 one, yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but you need a pre-order for that. You can't even buy it. I was going to buy it in the PlayStation Store, but you can't buy it in the PlayStation Store either.
I noticed that too. Yeah.
So I was kind of disappointed about that.
It's a shame.
Looks amazing though. That engine still looks good. It came bundled with the Resident Evil Resistance. I don't know. Have you tried that at all?
No. No, it's on. It's ready to go, but I haven't tried it. I heard it sucked.
I played
Damn.
a match yesterday with a friend because we both were new to it and we wanted to try it, and it was okay. It was definitely, I mean, the over the shoulder and third person perspective is the same, but everything else is very different as far as, you know, you have a mastermind who can put stuff down and he's putting traps down and everything, which is a pretty cool role. And then as a survivor, you're just trying to get to the end, but they're very small maps, and it's kind of like you have to get a key to progress to the next like stage 2 of 3 type of deal. It was okay. We were kind of over it though after like 2 matches.
Yeah, I heard it wasn't that great.
But that's the thing though, not that it wasn't good, because it was polished and it was a really unique original idea. But we were kind of like, it's fun. This was fun, but I feel like we're kind of already, you know, we'll spend like it was cool. It was, I couldn't see myself being like my go-to game to where I'm sinking a bunch of time into it, you know.
So you got tired of it quick.
But it was cool to see. I was definitely interested in. It's a unique idea. Between that and the remakes, I definitely feel like Capcom, I'm glad they're making this, and it's good to see them bringing some new life into Resident Evil, and then besides that, trying something new with like that Resistance game. Because there's a lot of other companies like Konami, for example, who doesn't do shit with like franchises they hold, you know, where they should be doing something with it.
Of course they do, man. They make pachinko machines.
Classic pachinko.
Yeah.
Pachinko 2020, newest edition.
Well, I think it's already out that they're working on remaking 4.
I don't think they should.
So that's exactly. I would rather have maybe like a Code Veronica remake.
Well, no. Well, somebody on my stream was saying that yesterday. They're saying, "Did you hear they're remaking 4?" And I said, "I don't see why you would, because it's too soon." And the game is, I personally think,
still
4
plays really well.
4 is just about as perfect you can get.
Yeah,
it's probably like a 9.5 out of 10. But like I was telling the person who was talking to me too, if they have to remake another one, they should either remake Veronica, or they should remake 0. That's what I think they should do.
0.
Yeah,
0 was come back. Underrated. Yeah, I get why not a lot of people like that, but that was a cool one. But yeah, I don't need another. I bought Resident Evil 4
I don't think they should
3 or 4 times, man. I don't need to buy it again. You know,
yeah, because 1, 2, and 3 are remade, and I think when did they? It wasn't that long after they remade 1. It was probably 5 or 6 years, because the original came out in 96, and then the GameCube remake came out when we were like a freshman in high school. So
yeah. I mean, you could do it, but if they're just gonna plug this engine into it, and
so that's the thing with Resident Evil 4, right? I mean, is it gonna just be? I mean, because when you think about these last 2 remakes, they've cut and changed a lot of things around in both 2 and 3. So are we gonna get Resident Evil 4 remake to where they cut stuff and they change stuff? Because if that's the case, Resident Evil 4 like is pretty solid on its own. Like, I wouldn't want anything cut or changed. So at that point,
I don't know. I mean, think about, what do you remember the most about like Resident Evil 4? Is it the later game stuff, or is it always the the village in the beginning?
What I remember most about it, that it was a lot different.
I mean, I played that game so many times to finish that I remember most of those. I remember the village, I remember the castle, I remember like the laboratory, you know.
And carrying out.
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, like, would they remake it and do that kind of same treatment where we're gonna cut some stuff, maybe change some story elements?
Oh yeah, they're gonna do that, because they're not gonna make you play. They're not gonna make you pay twice for a second game. I mean,
because the thing is, because they've already done these HD versions of Resident Evil 4, so it would have to be a drastic like remake, you know. Which,
the
again,
initial,
I don't know if we need that.
I don't know if you guys remember, like the initial pitch for RE4 was supposed to have 2 protagonists. It was supposed to be Leon and Hunk.
I didn't know that
stuff. So if they bring that back in, I'd probably be excited for it, since considering Hunk's like my favorite character in the RE series. And I miss his neck breakers in RE4.
Oh yeah, in that Mercenaries
so
mode.
much.
What was it called?
Yeah.
I think Mercenaries.
Yeah,
that was a good mode. Albert Wesker had a really great song, by the way, in that mode. Yes. And they ditched Mercenaries for Resident Evil 3, by the way, to go back to that. I think, right, wasn't there some kind of secondary mode in the original, and they cut that?
Okay.
But in the Resident Evil 2 remake, you still have like the episodes, which are kind of cool. But
and tofu,
yeah. That's Resident Evil 3, though. It's still a solid game, though. But other than that, I mean, we also got another remake this month, much celebrated, Final Fantasy VII.
Yes.
The much awaited,
Yes.
beloved classic game. Now,
it only took 5 years to come out, you know.
Right, and it kind of started making me think about remakes and the idea of like really remaking a game, and that's pretty cool for some of these games to get that. And this Resident Evil 3 thing, I don't know if it didn't really kick it off, but I feel like the last few years we've had kind of the resurgence of some remakes. You know, Spyro, Crash, Resident Evil, now Final Fantasy VII. It's still kind of there's only a few games as examples, but I like that some of these are getting it. But I mean, you guys both played Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? And you guys both played the original.
I played everyone. I think everyone's played the original. Even people that don't like video games have played the original.
See, that's where I'm going to be the odd man out, because I played maybe that first 15 minutes of the original, and then I played a demo on PC back in the day, and that was
it. You never finished that 7?
No, so I have none of that nostalgia or anything tied to this game. I did play the demo.
I think you gave me that demo on PC way back then.
I might have.
I think there was a time where you got me some like discs from Comic-Con.
Yes.
You went.
Yeah, it was awesome.
And I remember having the disc of Final Fantasy VII PC demo.
And it was at some weird point in the game. I don't even remember. It was a little section taken from it, but
it is.
So what did you guys? I'm not gonna be able to speak on it, but what did you guys think of this remake?
Same thing. I liked it. It's a lot. I've been playing it a lot, and from what I'm understanding, I've been playing it for a long time. I even said it on Instagram. I was like, if I'm going to be on admin leave for a week, this game better not be 2 hours like Resident Evil 3. Because I beat Resident Evil 3 my first go in like 3.5 hours, and I didn't watch a walkthrough or anything. So I wanted to be surprised, and I wanted to get my money's worth. I knew it was going to be short. I just knew it because in Resident Evil 2 there was people speedrunning it in 45 minutes.
Resident Evil 2?
Resident Evil 2. I think the world record's 45 minutes.
That's crazy.
Day 1, the world record was an hour. Day 1.
Jeez.
And then so back to Final Fantasy VII, I was like, okay, this game better be long because I'm going to be in the house all day. I better be getting my money's worth. And so far, it seems pretty long. The fight system's completely new. There's different materia in the game too, so I like that. There's an ability system. There's everything. That's would be considered a remake because the stories and missions are different. There's side missions which weren't really in the original one. Well, at least not too many.
All right. Character development, you know.
Yeah, it's character development, so you can actually like when you do upgrade, you can upgrade. Okay, do you want more HP? Do you want more magic? Do you want better defense? Do you want another materia slot?
Like characters got more shine to them, like those early Avalanche members.
And
Biggs and Wedge. Which,
and then I remember texting my friend who was my coworker who was a diehard Final Fantasy VII player too, and I was asking him this question. I was like saying, God, there's something wrong with Cloud. Every chick wants to sleep with him, and he's not doing anything about it. He goes, what are you talking about? I was like, well, he kicks Tifa out of the apartment. He goes, he's not going to sleep with Aerith, and I was like, and Jesse's all over him, and he goes, what do you mean Jesse's all over him? I was like, the girl from the original. And he goes, oh, that's a chick? And I was like, yeah, that's a chick. Man. You didn't know that? And he goes, no, I didn't know that.
I mean, she looked like a chick in the original. Whatever. But
not if you just glance at it. Plus the Avalanche
she looks pretty good in this remake. I'm like,
she looks good.
She's a baby.
Agreed.
I mean, there's a scene where she's like, why don't you come over? I'm kicking my roommates out, and I can make a killer pizza. And he goes, well, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? Fucking go.
Listen, man.
Sounds like me in high school. I just didn't know.
Yeah,
a month later, I'm like,
that's basically Cloud. I played original 7, but I wasn't too hyped. Yeah, I wasn't too hyped on the remake.
We didn't even think it was coming out. It was taking too long to finish.
But I remember when it got announced, I was like, yeah, I got all excited and stuff. But then the more I seen of it, the more I was like, eh. But I can't really say much about what happens later in the game. But just my interest has returned like 2,000%.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're at in the story, Ruben, but
I don't think I'm that far. I mean, how far's chapter 8? Like when you like after you beat Reno, how much more of the game do you got left?
yeah, like half.
So I got like a good another 8 hours left, you'd say.
Well, I mean, I think it's about in total is about 40, 50 hours.
Okay.
And
I don't know how
only
many.
a first part of like.
You're looking
Yeah,
at
yeah,
you're looking at like the first 5 hours of the original game stretched out to 40, 50.
So are you gonna have to pay $60 for the next release?
That I don't know. I was arguing with my friend about that too, because I'm like, if it's another game, if it's another part that I got to pay $65 for, that's not called a continuation. That's called a sequel.
Right.
So are they
going
gonna call it Final Fantasy? Like how they did with
That's
Final
right.
Fantasy X. Remember they did Final Fantasy X and they did Final
10
Fantasy
too.
X2.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
but
they didn't label the remake on the store as Final
Part
Fantasy
1.
Remake Part 1, so maybe it is
Yes.
inclusive, to like as they
well,
come out, you get it.
This is hard because I know the answer to this, but I can't say nothing.
Oh, what?
Yeah, when you get to the end of that, when you get to the end, you'll understand all of that.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Rodrigo's got an embargo.
It's too soon. It's too soon.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like a DLC. It's obviously gonna cost some money. They're not just gonna give it to you. So
Yeah, it's gonna be a whole another release, man. $60.
You think so?
$300 collector's edition all over again.
And it's all digital, like for some people.
It's by who makes it too? Who makes that? What company makes that again?
Square Enix.
Yeah, Square Enix. So they need that. Well, they're not like too much like Capcom, which I call Scamcom. So
yeah, Capcom is the story for another time.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, but then again, if you think about it, then if you're getting 50 hours for another part, then it could be what, $10 an hour? Then not $10 an hour, $1 an hour.
I mean, I guess that's all really subjective. Like, look at RE. There you go. Look at RE3 and like how much you're getting your money. Are you getting your money's worth on that?
Me personally, but the way I'm playing it, yeah. I mean, there could be that person who plays it once and they're like, "Oh, the game's done. Fuck this shit," and they throw it away. But then when I finished the game, I did knife only, and then when I did knife only, what else did I do? I tried hardcore. But I've been enjoying it that much that I'm trying the different modes. So personally, I think I got my money's worth. I would have been pissed if I paid $100 for it, because what'd you get for $100? Two classic costumes and maybe a weapon or two, and you probably got some kind of cheap figure or something.
Yeah, it came with a Jill figurine.
Yeah,
but not
so
in the classic outfit. So it's a no go for me.
Yeah. So yeah, but Final Fantasy VII, I'm enjoying it. It's good to know I got another 8 to 10 hours left.
Have they changed a lot of stuff in that game from the original?
Yeah, they changed a lot of stuff. There's a new character in the game. I don't know if he's a villain or if he's.
I heard about that. He's a guy on a motorcycle.
Some guy that wants to own his motorcycle.
Yeah.
He really wants to own that motorcycle.
Yeah. If he hasn't already.
Yeah, I know. I mean, just watch him in those cutscenes where he comes out. It's like,
yeah,
get a room, y'all.
Yeah. So there's some new villains. There's some new materials, maybe new enemies too, and a lot of classic.
Everything's a lot more in depth. Like I said, we were talking about the early Avalanche members, but Aerith as a character, I think she's really cool. Yeah. Like I said, I'm curious to reconvene after you finished it. Then we can put your mind back together afterwards.
Well, yeah,
right.
If it's only 8 hours, I got like a week. I can finish it within the week.
I'll finish it now. Turn the podcast. I'll come back and then.
Shit, I gotta get to bed soon, man. I gotta go by 2 a.m. for fucking work.
2 a.m. Damn.
Yeah, I still have that 3 a.m. shift since they gave me since day one. So.
What's next on the docket?
Yeah. Anything else you guys want to hit on for FF7?
Yeah, I think I'll wait till Ruben finishes it, and we'll deep dive.
Yeah.
Well, at this point, then, are you guys playing anything else at the moment? Anything new? Anything just old? What are you digging on? What's keeping you busy during this time?
I haven't played anything nostalgic. I don't even have any old systems to hook up. I'm just playing a lot of Mortal Kombat still in the fighting games.
Doing your live stream?
Huh?
doing your live streams?
Oh yeah, I do that. I do it like at least once a week.
And then you loving Mortal Kombat 11? Did they get MK11?
Nah, it's nowhere. It's nowhere as good as Mortal Kombat X. I'm not compassionate or competitive about it like I was with X.
X is the better game, you think, overall?
Oh, X is way better. Way better.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 didn't even make Evo this year. It did not make Evo.
That's insane.
Huh.
That is
Usually NetherRealm's fighting games, their lifespan for Evo is about 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Didn't even get in.
No. And usually, but I mean, all fairness, Evo's more for like, I would say, what's the word I should use? I guess the Japanese fighting games, like Street Fighter's huge in Japan, Tekken's huge in Japan. What else do they have in Evo?
Smash Brothers.
I don't know how that is in Japan.
That one's big. And then
they replaced what?
Well, like Mortal Kombat's not in, but they put in an old game. They put in Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Yeah, and that got more about Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, that's insane. Well, it's weird because I haven't played 11. I really wanted to because it looks amazing, and those guest characters look like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Some are not all guest characters.
They got Spawn in there.
Yeah,
Spawn is not fun at all to play. Spawn's trailer was cool.
Yeah, that trailer was dope.
But he's not a fun character. He's not a fun character to play.
They got the voice actor from the animated HBO animated series back in the day.
I started watching that recently, and I'd never seen it. It's really good.
I don't know his name. I'm saying it the wrong way. It's either David Keith or Keith David. I know it's one of it's a guy with two first last names. Yeah. So yeah, the guy who's doing I think he does the voice for the Navy commercials too, because he was military. So yeah, that guy's doing the voice of Spawn, and Spawn cusses a lot in that game too, which is pretty cool. Yeah, he cusses a lot.
I don't know if you've seen that intro he had with Subzero where they both reference like the other games they were in. Mm-hmm. So, like Subzero says something like, "Oh yeah," like Spawn's like, "You've been to other worlds too," and Subzero's like, "Yeah, they all had their own injustices." And then Spawn says like, "Yeah, my soul still burns" or whatever.
They had Soul Calibur reference.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty dope.
And then there was a Joker reference too, and Joker's a fun character to play. That's a fun DLC. And there was an interaction he had with the Joker, and the Joker said something, then Spawn just sighs and he goes, "God, I fucking hate clowns."
They get rated R Joker.
Yeah, so the Joker was actually fun. Nightwolf was fun. I didn't play too much Sindel or Shang Tsung.
Was Terminator part of this? It was 11.
Yeah. I didn't get too much into him either.
His fatality is amazing, though.
He's got cool fatalities, yeah. Let me see. He got one of the cops.
Shang Tsung's voiced by the dude
the guy who played
in the movie.
Yeah, Shang Tsung's voiced by him.
Yeah. If you look at him, it's the same actor too. They got his face in there.
Yeah, they give him his look and everything, and he voiced it too.
That's cool.
He does a "Your Soul Is Mine" thing.
Yeah, I was watching that movie the other day, and I was wondering how much they were like behind it. It sounds like they were probably all for it.
Well, I think once MKX came out, or maybe even in 9, that's when you started noticing like they were really like using the movie as material,
as like canon.
Yeah, because like the whole in the games, because like the whole like Sonya Johnny Cage thing, that was only ever in the movie, and all of a sudden in the game now they're like married and have kids. And
yeah, yeah.
So, like he'll make comments about the glasses when he fights Goro and then MKX. I remember those are $500 glasses.
Yeah, it says you'll be $500.
Yeah, so, like they love that movie now apparently. Well, and then for the big launch trailer, they used the MK theme song for the first time ever for the video game.
Oh yeah,
wow. Yeah. If you watch that launch trailer, I think it was the best thing I've ever seen. That's why I was so hyped for the game. Yeah, it was like it was the first time you ever seen them used together, the game and that movie song, and they brought it back just for this one because I guess this one has like maybe MK11 is not the greatest, but that story mode I've seen is pretty darn cool.
It's
like the classic characters and the whole timeline crap.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. I didn't play too much. I didn't play any of the story, but I watched all the cutscenes. So the story was good. Overall, though, the games are. I mean, you'll even see when I'm streaming. Every time I'm losing, I'm getting so fucking pissed off because the hitboxes are so broken. The wake up and meter system really sucks. There's some characters that are very overpowered, very. Like if you watch the pros playing against each other, it's always the same 3 characters in the finals. It's Jackie, Johnny Cage, and Cassidy. That's all you see the pros playing. That's it. That is it. You're never going to see Scorpion or Sub-Zero in the finals. You're not going to see
Kano.
No, especially Kano.
Yeah.
Nobody plays Kano.
Do it.
What? Do what?
The ear-to-ear thing.
Oh,
Hey, 3-year anniversary, man. You got to.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I should have had that fucking knife, too. I do have a knife in my fucking bathroom. Hold on.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, let me go get it really quick. Hold on. Like 2 seconds.
All right. It was the anniversary. Our first video podcast, so we got to do it right.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, you said you're doing some PS Now?
Right. So I got into they keep restarting the free trials for everybody. So like I remember when it first came out, I had a free trial and I used it up already, and then they completely like they go he's back.
What happened?
Oh, go for it.
Did you find that?
So there's this. Have you guys ever heard of this hardware store called Harbor Freight? I don't really think there's any in San Diego.
Yeah,
you've heard of it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like a really small,
really crappy tools.
Yeah, it is. It's like the Kroger. It's like the Kroger's version of Home Depot, or the greater value of Home Depot. Now, but I went in there. I just went in there because I wanted to take a look. I had to get some shit for my house, and they sold this knife. It's a real fucking knife. It was $10, man. Look at this shit.
No, that's a knife.
Crap.
$10.
It's a real fucking knife. Listen, it's fucking
that's
real.
People
chopping vegetables.
I use it to shave my head. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Hold on, like. So it's a real.
We'll do some Foley and put it in there.
Yeah, so Foley work.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'll be like, sometimes I'll be drunk. I'll be like drunk on streams, and like if I'm playing a Sonya player, like I'll beat him like the first round. I'll be like, I'll be like the same guy who played it in the movies. I'll be like, oh, give it up, baby. I studied all your moves like that. And then I'll be like, looky here.
Oh, like, snap.
This little baby brings back memories now, don't it? And then Sonya would be like, what, you use a big knife your mother? No. Big smile on your partner, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Nice.
Finally, the fans get to see it.
That was worth it. Thank you.
Yeah.
But we were talking about like what else we're playing. I was asking Rodrigo about, he's got that PlayStation Now service, which I think they go through trials that you can get, right? I think
it's like a 2-week trial, right?
Yeah, but they tend to keep resetting the free trial. So like if you've used it before, I'm pretty sure if you go to it now, you'll be able to use another free trial because they keep revamping that whole system. Okay. So like it was pretty crappy back in the day, but now if you have a decent connection, you're playing wired or whatever, you can play pretty much any game on there.
You can't stream on it, that I know, because I tried the free trial. You can't stream on it, and then I was playing Mortal Kombat 9, and the connection was the worst connection I've ever experienced.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't tried it for anything that's required. Like I seen there's plenty of fighting games on that list, but I haven't tried them just for that because it's like there's going to be latency for sure. But I was playing old PS3 games on there. I've been playing a lot of this game called Blade Storm. I don't know if you ever heard about it.
Blade Storm?
Yeah, it's called Blade Storm. The 100 Years War is about the 100-year war between France and England. And that game's a lot of fun. It's real dumb. It's made by the same guys that made those Dynasty Warrior games. Let me see. Also, like Control is on there right now, and so I got to play a little bit of that. Game of the year. Yeah. So I played a little bit of that, and
that's good.
It has a real strong like opening.
Nice.
It's just that because I have access to all these games now, I'll start a game for 20 minutes and then stop and then go pick another game.
Yeah.
I used to have that service maybe about a year ago, and I did the same thing where I would just kind of boot up a game, go to the next one, boot it, because there's so many. That's kind of I don't know. And a lot of those games that are on that service are games that I maybe wanted to try, but didn't want to commit to buying it brand new. So I'm like, I'll just see what's up with it for a minute and move on.
Right. The cool thing is they do add new games every month, and now they have a download function. So like even if you're like, I don't have good internet, like you just there's a whole section of games you can just download and just play them at your leisure instead of having to worry about streaming it.
See, when I had that service, maybe about maybe a year ago, this connection was fine for me. I never really had a problem with that, but I paid for that for a few months. Kind of let it go and forgot to cancel it. But there wasn't a whole lot of great games that were on there. A lot of the better games I already owned physically, so that was kind of a bummer. But I don't know how much has changed since then. But
I think
they were pretty slow
there's
sometimes to add games too. I remember that, to where I'm like,
yeah.
man, it almost felt like for a time there they forgot about it and weren't really supporting it. But it
Yeah, I
sounds like
think
maybe now
they're
they're bringing it back a bit.
yeah, it's about 2-3 games a month that they're putting on there. I think and then they have the PS3 library. They're doing some PS2 games on there.
Oh, that's cool.
Nothing crazy. Like there's still a lot of junk on there, like games that I would never have played ever if it wasn't on that service.
Yeah.
But I think they dropped it. I think initially, probably when you had it, it might have been around $20 a month. I think right now they lowered it to about 10.
I felt like it was kind of expensive too when I had it, which is another reason why I let it go.
Yeah, because I think I remember initially being around like $20 a month or something like that, something crazy. And I think now it's like about $10, which is pretty damn good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I played. I think there's only one game that I really latched onto on there. It was a PS3 game that I never heard about called Mars, and it's like an RPG, like almost like a kind of like a Fallout, like Obsidian kind of RPG.
Okay.
It's really clunky. The combat is really bad.
Third
But the
person?
settings, it's third person. Yeah, you're like you're like in a prison and you're trying to get out of a prison, but like all the choices you can make, it's like got a kind of like an old BioWare kind of feel.
Okay, right.
But it like I was looking at reviews about it. Apparently, it was like a really low budget game that they just like try to do so many different things and none of it really works. But I've had some fun with it. It was like, oh wow, this is cool. I never even heard about this game or seen it, but
It's
playing
one
it,
of those
it's
games,
actually kind of
yeah.
neat. Yeah, it was like a little. I mean, it's a dirty gem, I guess, but it's still
Right,
somewhat
it's
of a
one of
gem.
those where like it's not great, but you love it for what it is.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I was surprised. Like this game, I actually kept playing. I didn't stop after 10 minutes. So
Yeah. Mars. All right.
yeah, it's called. I think it's called Mars. Yeah, pretty cool.
Nice. I've been playing a whole ton of racing games lately. So I got Dirt, the original Dirt on 360 recently.
Nice. Nice.
It was a cheap copy, just physically got it in the mail and been playing that. And then they happen to have Dirt Rally, which is free this month for PlayStation Plus. And I tried that yesterday, just turned it on, and man, I had to do, I don't know what it is, but the structure of that game, the very first intro career like thing I had to do was play a track, do 4 laps in like place. But then I had to do that 4 more times. So 16 laps on this thing. And then I qualified for the semifinals, had to do another 6 laps twice,
Damn.
and then did the finals. I placed first overall, but man, I was like, I just played this like 20 something laps on this one track. And that's how like this career mode started. I was like, that's not really the greatest as far as a structure for me to get excited about it, but it's still fun.
Yeah.
On all these racing games that I've been playing, I really love that in the car view where you're seeing the dash and the steering wheel. Like I don't know what it is, but it goes all the way back to like Project Gotham Racing 3, like back
All
on
right.
360. Like once I discovered that mode, I really love it, and I perform and I race better in that. So
Nice.
all these games, I got that. I got this game called Gravel, which is on sale this month, and it's normally I guess like a $50 game, and it was on sale for $7. I was like, do it. Why not?
Steel.
Why not do it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out it's pretty good, and all these games play pretty similar, so it's easy to go from one to the other.
Go ahead.
There's this game called Project Cars Part 2, which is probably a year or two old by now, but there's a deluxe edition which is normally $90 and it's on sale for like $12 right now.
Nice.
And I was like, I got a racing wheel on the wheel because I've gone so hard into them that I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna get a nice wheel. So I think I might pull the trigger on that too. I mean, fuck, $90 to 12. So yeah, I'm on my little racing game kick right now. Besides that, I mean, I got like a bunch of 360 games that I'm hoping will work with it. So hopefully I can play games that I already had, like Need for Speed, and there's this game called Blur that I got on the way right now. I've always wanted to own it, and I've never owned it because the price is kind of up there to collect it nowadays. But I just bit the bullet and did it. So that's a fun one. It's like realistic racing meets Mario Kart kind of idea.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what I've been on recently is a bunch of racing games, Resident Evil 3, And then just random old stuff, with the whole quarantine. I've just been throwing in just like Halo, old just games to go back to for the fuck of it. Anything else you guys getting in on?
Well, speaking of physical copies, like where you guys stay at, have GameStop's been closing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot where I've been living have been closing down, which I know why. I understand because it's a shitty company, but at the same time, I'm like one of those few people who like owning physical copies too.
Me too.
Yeah, so it's like that's how it's fucking me over,
I wanted to get a physical copy of 3, and then I was gonna get it delivered to work, but since I'm not working there, I didn't think I could still get it, so I canceled it and downloaded it digitally. But I would have preferred a physical copy.
With Resident Evil 3, I had one of my coworkers. I asked if she can order it for me, and they said they're sold out on Amazon. They're completely sold out. I'm like, shit. So there's no GameStops I can go to. I go inside a Walmart. There's nothing there at a Walmart. So I go down the street, and this is quarantine too. Mm-hmm. I go into Target, and I said, "You have Resident Evil 3?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got it here somewhere." And he's like opening the back, like it's like I'm asking for the original Resident Evil 3, like something that's ancient and with cobwebs. And he's all like squirting around. He's like, "Oh, here you go, man. Here you go. I found it." And he goes, "I'm like, why isn't this out here?" He's like, "You actually got the only." He's like, "You actually got the only copy we own."
What?
I'm like,
the one?
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why did you guys pick up only one copy? He goes, "Well, we got one for the Xbox and one for the PlayStation." I said, "Why?" Yeah. He was like, "Well, because my boss, he says that electronics are not essential right now, so we're stacking up on."
Count yourself lucky then in that case.
Oh shit! And then I went there. I went back to the same place to get Final Fantasy VII. It was the same guy. I said, "You got a physical Final Fantasy VII?" He goes, "Yeah, we do." And he's doing the same thing. He's opening the bag and he's like digging through shit like this.
We got one.
So we actually got 2 this time. Here, you got the first one. I'm like, thanks.
Nice.
Because they're letting us off early from work. So like, I'll go to work at 3 a.m. and then at 8 a.m. I'll go to Target. So like 8 a.m. is like when Target's opening right up. And people aren't looking for fucking Final Fantasy. They're fucking looking to stock their fridge and get their toilet paper.
Yeah.
But you were looking for Final Fantasy.
Yeah, man. I was like, yeah. So I was texting my friend, the one who tried to order it from Amazon. I was like, "Look, I got the fucking only copy." She goes, "Oh shit, where'd you get that?" I was like, "I got it at Target, the only fucking one here." And I was like, I was about to do digital. I didn't want to do that.
Apparently, it's like almost impossible to get a physical copy of 7 now. So
really?
Yeah.
Anyway. I got it. Really? Well, yep. I'm lucky. I found the one hidden place that keeps one copy in the back where no one can see.
Yeah, it's just in the box somewhere.
Well, you know how they open the box, like they'll unlock it for the box in the bottom. Like, let me see if we have any more. So he's like unlocking that box. Like, he gets down on his knee. He's like fucking looking like a fucking coal miner. He was like, no, I saw it. I stacked it here somewhere. And he's fucking like digging like a dog trying to get under the fence. Mm-hmm. Like, here it is. I got it. Found it.
Well, you got it.
I got it. I got the only copy of Resident Evil 3, and I got one of 2 copies of Final Fantasy VII.
I'll trade you here. Look, I got this.
Rodrigo's holding up some wipes.
So
for the audio people, I got them Clorox wipes.
Yeah.
So I'm taking you how to get Final Fantasy digital.
Yeah, but I was already, once this thing started happening, I settled for digital already anyways, because I'm like, I want to go gear stuff and get virus. They all virused over there at GameStop, I bet. Taking in people's dirty controllers like with their bare hands.
Well, all right, guys. But besides all these games, we got some TV stuff to talk about. Okay. I think that Rodrigo had been. How far are you into this? There's a new show on Netflix that has been on probably just a few weeks, I imagine. Diablero, which is a Spanish originated show.
Yeah, actually, that's the second season is what dropped of like a month ago. So it's about
worth watching.
Big time. I don't know. I think I've mentioned it on the show before. I used to watch Supernatural a lot, but this is kind of that. But people don't. Well, unless you know the area or you're from Mexico, that like Mexico is like one of the most superstitious places like ever. if you're ever in Mexico City, there's just like you're surrounded by all kinds of like occult weird things that in the marketplaces and stuff like that, and you don't even know what represents what anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But this show just kind of like feeds off of that. It's like the perfect setting, and it's all in Spanish. Like even the actors are like not even just Mexican; they're like indigenous, to the country, which is pretty great. And I haven't really seen a show like that. For me, like Mexican television has always been soap operas
Right.
growing up, so seeing a show like that was just this is real badass. And I think they have it dubbed on there too if you don't want to read through subtitles. But I mean, I highly recommend
keeping it original.
Yeah, I mean, just for the acting sake, and I mean, but it's I guess everybody's got their own preference. Some people I know just can't read. Like I can't read fast enough. But that's just amazing. It's short. It's 2 seasons, and I think they're both like 6 episodes each, half-hour long.
Okay, so not a huge commitment to go through it then.
Yeah, you can kill a season in a day, or both of them in one day if you're really bored.
I didn't see more than just a bit of the first episode, but it seemed to have really good production values too, and all that.
Yes,
definitely a Netflix quality show that you'd expect, and
Yeah,
it deals with some supernatural, like you were saying, very literal angels or demons type of theme to it.
Yeah, a lot of like I said, Mexico is very superstitious, and there's a lot of like old wives' tales and old urban legends. Like the amount of urban legends that come out of there. So some of that stuff I recognize watching the show, stuff I remember hearing as a kid, like my parents or my grandparents would try to warn me about, like monsters of this and that. So seeing that finally get its like spot on the TV,
right,
pretty good. Especially a big Netflix show, like you said, it's a Netflix show, so it's got all the trimmings. It also means it'll probably get a 3rd season and then get canceled right after, but in Netflix fashion.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend if you're into that stuff.
I guess it mainly stars somebody who's trying to combat these demons or something that are in that world, and
yeah, so like the title of the show is called Diablero, and that's basically the name of the demon hunter, the guy that's his title. So he basically like just premise like that's what he does. He hunts around, he collects souls, kills demons, tries to stop them from doing bad stuff to people. He gets involved with a priest that's got his daughters missing, so they both kind of team up, and so you get this.
So in this
demon
world,
hunter.
they know there's like, okay, demons are a real thing. People see it, people experience it.
No,
people...
it's underground. So it's like the normal people we don't notice it, but then it's like they give you like this glimpse of like here's the world underneath the world, not literally, but like it's like you turn around the wrong alley and there's scary things out there.
Right. Okay.
I guess it's like Supernatural is kind of that where this whole demons and stuff exists like among us and most people don't really notice it.
But it kind of shows like, I guess, through a lens of if you could see them, or if somebody could see them.
Right, exactly. Or it's like if you know what you're looking for, it's like you look down an alley and you see people standing there, and it's like it's just maybe they're doing shady stuff, but the Diablero guy walks down that alley, and that guy he knows that guy's a demon or that guy's someone else. It's
that sounds cool. I'm definitely gonna try to keep watching it. It's interesting. Sounds interesting.
You can. It'll be over before you know it, and then you'll be like, "What happened? I need season 2 and 3 now." And,
we'll be having season 3 on the way.
Yeah. Again, for me personally, that's it's an important show. I'm glad it exists, and I'm glad it's getting seen.
Nice. Definitely one to watch. Put it on your list, folks.
Do it now, right now.
I think that you guys have both seen Birds of Prey, which was the Harley Quinn solo movie.
Yeah, I saw it.
Starring blanking on the name, Rodrigo Ruben.
Margot Robbie.
Robbie, that's right, Mr. Robbie, who is a good-looking Harley Quinn. I didn't see that movie, but I definitely feel like she's a good fit for that role. What did you guys think of this movie?
It was fun. I enjoyed it. It was
fun,
pretty cool.
I actually liked it quite a bit. I mean, I think Black Mask, or I think that's who he was supposed to be. Ewan McGregor.
Yes, I'm glad to see him in something because I think he's had a hiatus for a minute, right?
Well, I was about to say that I think he's the weakest part of that movie.
Oh no.
Um, he's. I mean, I know the character Black Mask from the comics, so seeing him prance around the screen like that was kind of weird.
Wasn't really his character.
And then of course he doesn't put on the mask at all until like the very end. So,
Mm.
but
But I mean, do you feel like it wasn't really embodying the Black Mask?
yeah, I don't think
Personality?
they. Yeah, I think he was kind of just all over the place, and like Black Mask supposed to be like a badass gangster, and he was not.
Right. I got that sense from the trailer though, or from what I'd seen. So that's a
Mhm.
bummer.
But I think the main thing, the girls, they shine heavily in that film.
Right.
I had
So
no
is
idea
her
that.
featuring like a posse or some friends or something that kind of were with her?
Yeah, I saw that. In the title of the movie, Birds of Prey is a reference to the team, the Birds of Prey, which consists of Harley Quinn in this movie and Black Canary, which I'm not sure the actress that's playing her. And Mary Elizabeth Winstead, which I didn't realize until I was actually watching the movie, who played Ramona Flowers in Scott Pilgrim. She plays the Huntress in that film in that movie. I didn't even realize she was in there. I didn't even recognize her in the posters or nothing until I got in
I
there.
didn't know
And
either.
yeah, I think there's one more. I don't, but they're really good. I think the strongest part of the movie for me was you see like movies like I don't know if you've seen Salt with Angelina Jolie
I haven't.
or there's that one with Charlize Theron where she's like they try to make they like try to make like these women into badass like action
What was
heroes.
that one with Charlize Theron? It was like La something or Axiom or something. What was
Yeah,
it?
it's
I don't
Axiom
remember.
Verge or something like that, right? Or something like that. I don't remember, but but they always try to make them fight like dudes, like do the exact same thing that the dudes do, and that's fine. But like this movie, it's like they fight like they should, like it's believable, and they kick ass, and it's an entirely like unique way of kicking ass instead of like you can tell they're not just copying a freaking martial arts movie or a Jet Li movie or The Bourne Identity or whatever.
Okay.
That like it's all the fight scenes were very unique, and like Harley doing her acrobatic stuff and breaking people's faces off and like
Break them off.
yeah, just I don't know, she did some crazy stuff with her baseball bat stuff.
Nice.
Like the way they were able to work the characters into the way they fought and like the big fight scenes that played out in the middle and like towards the end and stuff like that, it was like the strongest parts of the movie for me, which is why what made it a lot of fun. Because again, like I think people just don't know. Like Wonder Woman did a good job of like having action scenes with Wonder Woman, and it's like it's completely unique. Like it's her character fighting on screen, not like the other movie, like that Charlize Theron movie that I can't remember or whatever. But it's like it's basically you're just trying to make the Bourne Identity, and she's fighting exactly like Matt Damon, and it doesn't like seem legit.
Uh-huh.
Uh, but here, like they really put their characters into their movements and all that stuff, which I think made it a lot stronger. And yeah, like story wise, I was kind of like there's a lot of funny parts. I think Harley Quinn's good, um, but yeah, the action of that movie is definitely what made me enjoy it a lot. A lot more than I thought I would, to be honest. I came in with low expectations.
Nice. Yeah, I unfortunately missed out on it, but sounds like it's pretty good. Ruben, you liked
Yeah.
it too?
Yeah, I liked it too, man. It was pretty cool. It was rated R too, so it's going to be a little more gruesome than most DC movies.
Is
So
there
Yeah,
anything coming from this? I mean, is this just a one and done? Is it? I
it's
mean,
hard to
what's
say.
DC doing, by the way, at this moment? Then
That's yeah. I was gonna say like the DC universe is such a mess, and that movie does not help anything.
the
The
cinematic universe.
movie, yeah, the movie just kind of like exists on its own, although it'll make references to it. Like I think there's a shot where there's a picture of Captain Boomerang on the wall, like that he's wanted or something like that, and then
Okay.
she's like, I know him, and that's it. Like all the stuff that's going on in the town, like they're in Gotham, but like there is no Batman
yeah,
or
there's no Batman.
or
There's no Batman or Joker.
or Joker. Like Joker's such a part of the story, but then they write him out in such a way where it's just weird. You
So
would
is it
think he
supposed to
would.
take place with like that, like after?
I think it's supposed to
Justice
take
League
place
or
like
after Batman Superman, or where's it at?
It's
Yeah,
supposed to
it's
take place, I think, after Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Suicide
I
Squad
mean,
happens.
Yeah, because Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad was after Batman v Superman.
Okay.
And then so this one, it doesn't matter as far as Aquaman and Shazam are concerned, because they have like, again, this movie isolates itself in Gotham. It doesn't talk about anything major,
Mm-hmm.
and you get small winks and nods to other events that happen. Yeah, but again, like they talk about the Joker, and then you see like the back of his head for like 2 seconds in the beginning of the film,
Jared
and
Leto's
that's it.
Joker.
It's supposed to be, but that's not him.
Uh,
That's just some other guy there, and it's. I think they do show some clips from Suicide Squad as far as when like their origin story when she jumped into the vat,
okay.
but it's they were in a. I think the movie was in a tough spot trying to make this movie in this universe, but the universe like doesn't really exist anymore. So it's like there's pieces of that old universe, and then there's just like, no, we're making our own movie here.
Yeah.
So, but it was definitely a lot of fun. Like I said,
Definitely worth seeing though. Recommendation.
yeah, oh yeah, I definitely.
I don't know if it's out or not, but it's probably going to be okay.
It's out, yeah.
Check it out then.
It's all part of that like initiative that they've been doing. Of like some movies are out that should have been in theaters, and then you got the movies coming out faster, like Rise of Skywalker's already out on Blu-ray and whatnot.
Yeah.
So the Birds of Prey is part of that too.
That makes me think of listening to some of these older episodes that we had. There was like we never got around to. We talked about we were going to talk about Endgame, post Endgame discussion. And I can't believe like we missed out on some of these at the time when they hit. Like we don't have to talk about it now, but I mean we had a whole I don't know. It really would have been cool to break that down. Time has passed, but there was something else too I had in mind. Endgame, Star Wars. Yeah, we didn't do a Star Wars talk when that movie came out, but anyway, we could always do an Endgame breakdown a year later.
I am so down. I still
maybe
have thoughts.
you know what? No, maybe next special episode we'll bring it. It'll be a little late to the game, but special episode 5, Endgame. Stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, people love that MCU talk.
Yeah. You're just making me think of as far as like talking about the world and a universe, cinematic universe that's lost. So it made me think of Marvels and how that's going on and what they're trying to do with it, which is a weird because we didn't get to talk about after Endgame. It's such a weird. You don't know what's going to happen now, but again,
Right.
we can break that down in the episode. Other than that, I think that we all watched Netflix's The Witcher, which had blown up as soon as that came out. I think everybody watched it. Definitely got people to play The Witcher again. I think I heard reports that after that show came out,
I'm pretty sure it did.
They got figures and people playing The Witcher spiked, of course. And
just on PC. I mean, I replayed it after that came out.
Yeah, so
I went through the whole game again.
I think we all finished the show. It's probably came out 2-3 months ago. I don't exactly remember. We're going to talk about this a little late, but I think it was good overall. I wasn't really someone who played the games all the way through or read the books at all. So as far as the story goes, I have to assume it's close to either of those. It was cool. I got lost a little bit during the season as far as what was going on. Especially because early on it has this weird thing with time, and it's showing you things that I guess are before a certain point, in an episode. I think it's like episode 3 or 4, to where it's like, oh, you realize things were being referenced before that moment.
Yeah, apparently one of the show runners was a big fan of Dunkirk, and he basically wanted to incorporate the time element that they used in that movie. But whereas that movie was short of 75 minutes. So it didn't take long to figure it out. This thing is 6 episodes, 6 or 7 episodes of that. So it's hour each exactly. So trying to stretch that out was just, even as much as I love Dunkirk, I was like, what are you guys doing? Jumping back and forth with the whole, like 3 different plot lines going on at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Coming
did you
from
like it overall, or did that mess it up for you, or was that okay?
It did knock maybe a point off for me, but And I was worried because coming from the video games, like that's the only Witcher lore that I know. I never
Right.
read the books,
Mhm.
and these take place before. Well, a lot of people don't know is that the Witcher games take place after the books, the events of the books. So technically, everything that's ever happened in the Witcher games are not necessarily canon because they never happened.
Oh, okay.
So you're coming to the show with like with there's some lore things in Witcher 3. Like sometimes Geralt would be called the Butcher of Blaviken, and like in the first episode you find out how he gets that nickname and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
some of that kind of helps out that what you remember in part 3, but also
Right.
it's all completely new. But I liked it. I liked was it Henry Cavill as the Witcher?
Yeah,
I
I
thought he
really
was
did love
amazing.
him as that character. I loved how much he was into it, and he was
Yeah,
committed in learning about that character and reading the books and playing the game apparently, and just I love all the
well,
little behind the scenes and little Netflix clips they put out through social media.
yeah,
It's like to promote
right,
it, like him talking about behind the scenes and how they did scenes. I'm always really fascinated about that kind of stuff. So I thought he did a good job.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
as far as bringing the games to it, he's probably the only one that even did anything like that. That voice that he did for Geralt, it's basically Geralt from the
It
games.
is, yeah.
So which is pretty great. I'm glad it exists in some way. Yennefer, I forgot her actress. She's amazing. Of course, everybody loves. Well, in the games, his name is Dandelion, but they use his actual book name in the show, Yaskier or something like that. I forgot his name. The bard.
Which guy? Okay, right.
Yeah,
The one
everybody
with
got hooked.
he's kind of his buddy. He becomes kind of
Yeah,
his companion through his trip.
everybody got hooked on his song for the time. Around the
Yeah.
time it came out, you
Throw a
toss a coin to
coin
your
to your
Witcher.
witcher.
You can
But
listen to that while working out.
huh?
Put it in
So
your
you can
playlist.
listen to that while working out.
Your nonstop playlist, just that song.
Not stuff, yeah.
It's on my
Just
playlist.
but
Yeah,
I think
it was good.
overall the show is really strong. The action is amazing.
Yeah, the action was amazing.
That choreography of those sword fights is all over the place. It's great.
Mhm.
Um,
Good
yeah,
production values again. Netflix show put a lot of money into this
yeah.
to get this for
Those
themselves.
The Nilfgaardian armor is
Oh yeah, everyone hated that. I thought it was whatever. I guess they got such a backlash. They're changing it for season 2.
yeah, because their excuse was like, oh well, they're marching across countries like so fast. They needed quick to make armor, but like you have to make them look like freaking testicles or something. But
Nobody liked the ribs or whatever that's called on it. Yeah.
yeah, those wrinkles.
Hmm.
Um, but other than that, like I'm excited for what comes next.
Yeah.
I'm glad the in that regard the author worked out his deal with the game creators because they were having a beef up until the show came out
Oh
because there was
really?
going to be no more. Yeah, there was going to be no more Witcher games because he got mad that when he sold the rights before the first game came out, he sold the rights for a lump sum and they offered him like, do you want a lump sum or do you want royalties? And
Hmm.
he's like, this thing's not going to be that big. Give me the lump sum. And of course, the Witcher games blew up, and now he's like, I want all that money back. So
Come on,
they
man.
worked out a deal now. So now
Yeah.
Witcher games can get made again.
I mean, yeah, definitely the show was a success, and that third game really put it on the map because I feel like
Yes.
part 2 is definitely still kind of an underdog as far as it being known in the first place,
Even
And I had
playing
never
that game as
even
well.
played the first one at all, so I definitely feel like 3 was the entry point for a lot of people, put it on the map, set the stage for all this hype and reception for the show. I definitely feel
Right.
like that game definitely put that in place. I don't think the show would be there unless the game was such a hit.
That's what I put it for me. I mean, that's
Yeah,
the reason why I was like,
I feel like that's how most people are gonna know it. Yeah,
What about
solid show.
you, Ruben?
Ruben, you came away liking it?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. It definitely killed a lot of time, but it was fun. And I never played The Witcher either, so I heard everyone at work talking about it, so end up liking it, finding out a lot about the character and things like that. So, and the guy who played him too, Superman, was pretty good too. So,
Yeah, no, I was happy for him to kind of get his just dues because I feel like he didn't get the credit for Superman role.
Yeah, even though he's one of my favorites, but
Yeah, I thought
I'm in the minority there.
I always like it when an actor can go from being like a movie star to being like, you know what, I'm going to do TV, because TV's, I mean, at least back in the day, TV used to be looked at as like, oh, you're gonna do like a TV show. Like, what? What's the problem? You couldn't
Like
get a movie. You couldn't land
you're
a
giving
movie.
up.
You know. But nowadays, in
Retirement.
this world, it's like there's no shame in being like on like a show. A lot of times it works out better for people, and I think for him, like, yeah, it could probably lead to him going back into doing maybe more movies, because he's probably going to be a little more sought after.
Yep.
Well, I think that's it for the. Is that it for the show, the Netflix show?
Well, just one. I got one other show.
Tiger King. Oh, here it is, people! Right. You waited for it. The anniversary Tiger King special. You don't have to talk about Tiger King. I did watch that show, but man, that wasn't really. I didn't need to. I didn't need that in my life.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the culmination of a long list of like these big documentaries that were coming out. Yeah, that one about the football player.
Oh, right,
Aaron Hernandez, and like everybody was talking about that.
And then you got the Ted Bundy documentaries were coming out.
Ted Bundy's.
Netflix did their thing for
then there was that one about that little kid. And now you got Tiger King, which is out of left field.
Goddamn Carol Baskin.
Yeah. She's the excuse for everything now.
Yeah.
She's the reason why we're in this situation.
Fucking quarantine. Yeah, this whole quarantine's fucking Carol
Baskin.
Baskin.
She ate the bat.
But what show were you going to talk about, though, Rodrigo?
I was going to talk about the show called On My Block.
Oh, right. Is that a Netflix original?
Yeah, it's a Netflix original. Again, like maybe I'm just biased because it's more like kind of like Hispanic, minority culture on TV, which is like I guess not, you don't get to see too much, and then not really a lot of it's done that well. So this is about a bunch of kids growing up in LA, which I can, there's a lot of relatable like stories. I spent some time growing up in LA, so that show just like gets real personal for me sometimes, which it's well acted. I wish I could tell you the actors, they're all a bunch of kids pretty much. They're playing like 15, 16-year-olds, and they're just like, being forced to grow up so fast because they're in a terrible neighborhood that's like really shitty and crime and all that stuff. But I got it right. I think it's 3 seasons. The third season had like just came out when my wife started watching it, so I hopped on with her watching it, and it's been I don't know, it's weird to say, but like I haven't really. It's been a while since I watched anything that's had me like emotionally invested constantly, like every episode, to the point where like it's just like, it's feels like it was a part of my life back in the day.
Is it the one season? How
I think it's
along?
3. I think there's 3 now. I think they had just released the 3rd season, which is why it started popping up on like the recommended stuff. Like, oh yeah, new episodes, exactly. So which is why my wife found it. But yeah, I recommend it to anybody who's probably, I don't know, can relate to that kind of life, or even seen other media about like jokey stuff about like, hey, y'all born in East LA or whatever. Like, but
yeah,
that show gets pretty real, and it's also very hilarious. So
definitely. All right, so I got 2 on my list now to catch up on.
Yeah. I'm curious to see your thoughts. That'll be cool. I haven't because I try to talk to like my coworkers about that show or anybody else, and no one. But that one and Diablero, like no one's really seen either of them. So
yeah, I definitely seen the the picture for it to play it. It's on my list. There's so much stuff to watch nowadays. I don't even know where to start sometimes.
This is true.
I recently binge watched the first 2 seasons of some show called Money Heist, which is also on Netflix, which is also like I think a Spanish like originated show.
Yeah.
And it was okay. I kind of watched it just because a friend recommended it, but it wasn't amazing. Honestly, you don't have to watch it. I'm not really recommending this show, but I did watch the 2 seasons just to kill kind of time. But yeah, too much stuff to watch though. But On the Block does sound interesting. It's on my list. I'll have to check it out, and then maybe we'll do a little bit of a recap on what I think of the intro.
Perfect. Well, what's going on? What else we got
I
on
think that was it,
our
dude. The
docket?
list that we had got. I don't know anything else that you
We got
guys have to
Subzero Time.
add.
Yeah, yeah, I
Subzero
remember
Time.
that.
I think Subzero Time is the last on our list, and then after that, Rodrigo probably be taking us out of here.
I mean,
What's up with Subzero Time?
Subzero, like I don't know. I feel like Ruben was established in this podcast as Sub-Zero. Now he doesn't even talk about Sub-Zero anymore. It's all Kano all the time.
Kano. No, I still play
So,
some Subzero, man.
how's he?
More of Kano,
How's
though.
he? Yeah. Well, I don't hear you as quote Kano. I don't hear you quote Sub-Zero. Not
He
even
has, he
Arnold.
doesn't. Huh?
Not even Arnold in the Ice Age and all that.
Yeah.
So I have to ask, like, now this is it right here. This is time 3 years later. Kano or Sub-Zero?
Depends what game I'm fucking playing. If it's Mortal Kombat 11, it's gonna be Kano.
If it's
But if I
MKX,
go back, that's Sub-Zero. Yeah.
what about Injustice?
Injustice. I like Sub-Zero in Injustice. He was good.
Yeah, I think he has one of the coolest supers in the game. I recently put that game back up, and the Ninja Turtles are the best. That's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sub-Zero, man, good times. I don't know.
It was.
I don't know if we have any other, like. I'm trying to think of any other callbacks from the early days.
Right. I mean, I guess we should. 3 years, man.
Nah.
It's crazy to think about. We just were like, Rodrigo, you were like, hey, let's do this, and I had already been wanting to do something like this. Got the gear and we started doing it. I mean, man, I've moved 2 or 3 times since then. I've had like 2, 3 girlfriends. I mean,
Ballers
rest
over
in
here.
peace, LV. You know, we were there. She's passed away since then. Job has changed since then a couple times. It's crazy thing, man. This little archive that we got going on.
I mean, we're missing Ruben's. Like, he usually has something crazy to say.
Oh right, man.
Yeah, like
that's the thing too. Listening back to some of those episodes, man. Stuff that you were going through, Ruben, and Rodrigo too.
Yeah.
Like one of the last episodes I listened to was like, Rodrigo, you were going through a tough spot and talking about how you were in this funk, and it's crazy to think about this little time capsule.
Yeah,
moments we got.
I often think back to that time where I was just like, man, this sucks. I at that time I was convinced it was always going to be like that, and now look at me.
Right.
Yeah.
Crazy how things completely like flipped in like less than 2 years.
I think I had more fun than downtime, unfortunately, though, or fortunately.
You're what?
I think I had more fun than downtime. So, I mean, I had my moments too, but I always had something smart to fucking say. I'd be like, "Oh my god, guess what happened at work, man? This one." I remember fucking always saying this one fucking.
I listened to the sandwich episode like a few days ago.
Oh, that was a good one too. Somebody was stealing sandwiches from Rodrigo's old job. And I was like, dude, you got to put the hamburger in the thumbnail. You got to put the hamburger in there.
I forgot. From when I worked at Henry's or
we had
Sprouts.
so many good moments, man.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we were able to do that, and I'm glad that we were able to meet up even for today to at least do something for this 3-year mark. Honestly, I mean, hopefully it would be cool if we could keep something going like this. I mean, I know we're all at this point have to be remote, which is the reason why it stopped.
Yeah.
But considering the situation, man, we could probably kind of bring this back in this format. We'll see how it comes out in post as far as quality.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it comes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
But also, I should say, I don't know if you guys kept it up or Tanner, the whole Extra Life thing.
You know what? I mean, I still have like the sign-in created. I haven't done an Extra Life since we did that. We tried to do our live stream for ET a couple years ago, I think it was. No, I haven't done anything. It was on my list last year. I really wanted to do it, but I didn't even try to put it together. I knew I still had some technical issues to work out, which I would have had to fix. And I don't know. It came and went. November came and went, and I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I know, Rodrigo, you did a stream.
Yeah, I kept it alive. And then I managed to raise more money than I did. I got myself a medal there.
Nice
for the kids.
For the kids,
so
yeah.
I think after 6 years of doing that, finally got something there.
It's good, man.
Maybe we'd be able to, I don't know, somehow there's got to be a way. Maybe we could do like a remote live stream to where we somehow all play games together and live stream or something. That'd be nice. But
yeah, we could play
November will
Resident
be
Evil
here
3.
before we know it. Yeah.
We can play Resident Evil 3 Resistance or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take about 50 minutes of the stream.
Is that going to do it for this?
Yeah, I mean, I think as far as like ET news, like it's been a while since we've all gone together here. So I guess besides that, I should probably announce that like we finally got the episode up on, forgetting now why I put it on Spotify. Yeah, Spotify and I believe iTunes. So we'll have to check that out. But
I think it did tell me both, but yeah, I've only checked Spotify.
Yeah, so definitely on Spotify now. If people listening wanted to get it there, if that's more convenient for you than going to the website and playing it, you can do that, which is pretty cool because it has all the descriptions and everything still intact. Although it's interesting because it only pulled up to episode 14. I don't know why episode 13 to 1 aren't coming through. Maybe they're just too old or something. But yeah, so that's new. You check it out there, so you can have it on the go. And there's some stickers. I've made some stickers just to make them. I don't know. I had these little doodles of stuff, and I figured I should put them to use on something. So you can check out the site, which has them on there for sale. Which also, by the way, the site has gone through kind of a redesign. I don't know if anybody's checked it out recently, but if you go there now, it's got a pretty drastic change as far as the look goes. I'm hoping that it's more convenient for everybody to view it and to get around and navigate. It looks a lot cleaner. It looks a little more modern. So yeah, check that out too. Haven't really written anything new. I've been meaning to. Of course, I haven't. It's another one of my quarantine lists on my list of things to get done. The last we had a review maybe a month ago. Somebody had wrote a review for Children of Morta. He gave it a good score. I think he gave it a 9.5. So check that out. Worth playing, worth reading. And I think that's pretty much going to be about it for us. I'm not sure, Rodrigo, do you have any immortal words or anything to take us out on? I appreciate you kind of kicking us off and hosting us too, by the way. I felt like, that was all you, man. And it was so weird for me once we kind of went away a little bit that I had to host myself, and the last, I think, 3 episodes was me doing it, and I don't know if I did a great job at all. I don't know, but
it felt weird saying that. I think I butchered the line at the beginning, but
of what?
I think I said welcome to the Threadcast, and then I skipped the line. I know I fudged something up, but I'll probably go back and listen to the other ones and find out what I did.
Well,
it's all right. Shake off the rust.
Yeah, well, at work, there's been a lot of time to kill because no passengers are really coming through. So everyone at work's like, why don't you do some of your impressions to kill some time? I got one. It's actually to make light out of everything that's going on.
All right. Well, who is it? So I can set you up.
It's to make light out of the COVID and stuff like that. So the original on the Dark Knight, the Heath Ledger scene where there's half like that, and he goes, "You're crazy." And then so there's this part. He goes, it goes, "Well, what do you suggest for him?" He goes, "It's simple. We eat the Batman."
That's it. Okay. All right, you're gonna have to repeat that because I'm gonna set you up with the immortal words.
Okay.
All right. But before that, where can we find everybody?
Oh,
you mentioned the website earlier, but Ruben, where you at?
Same thing, man. My YouTube's still Crimson Sky 87. I'm doing a lot more Resident Evil than I am Mortal Kombat 3 because I'm Mortal Kombat 11 because Mortal Kombat 11 just sucks, and I'm just having a lot of fun doing Resident Evil 3. Very little Final Fantasy 7 because I find out Final Fantasy 7 is boring more people than it is entertaining, and then people like my Resident Evil 3 because I do knife only runs on that. So,
gotta get that fire knife, man.
Yeah,
you gotta master the perfect dodge. If you can't do the perfect dodge, you're not gonna get nowhere in the knife. So,
yeah.
And you,
Sure.
Tanner?
The personal Instagram is the best drummer, instead of the DA.
Nice.
Other than that, I mean, you can find Everyday Thread at, keyword Everyday Thread, really. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, keyword Everyday Thread. You'll find it.
And then, me, you can find me on Instagram, son of Krypton, but Krypton spelled CRIIIP. TON. And then on Twitter, you can find me at L_Ray80. And I don't tweet. Well, I do tweet quite a bit, but that's probably gone up since the last time we've talked. I spend a lot of time on Twitter.
Yeah, you were
trying to troll DSP, but
Oh, he's blocked me. I made like 3 Twitter accounts. He blocks me right away. Right away does he block you?
You go out of your way just to make a new one?
Yeah, I got my way to make my new one.
Terrible. All right, you got your call ready, Ruben?
Yeah. I guess in the immortal words of Heath Ledger, rest in peace, going through the COVID, that scene with the Joker, he goes, "Well, what do you suggest we do?" It's a sample. We eat Batman.
Nice.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
All
3
right.
years in the tube. 3 more years.
Done.
My hands look short like this.
All right. See you guys.
All right. You guys
Bye-bye.
take it.
All right, bye.
We can keep it
a good
recording,
night.
but that's where I'll end the actual recording.